Greetings to all the dedicated health warriors over the age of 50. You have likely heard the widespread acclaim that walnuts are a celebrated superfood, beneficial for your heart, your cognitive function, and even your overall mood. This common knowledge is absolutely true and well-founded in nutritional science. However, here is a surprising revelation that might genuinely startle you. An astounding 95% of seniors are unknowingly making at least one critical mistake with their walnut consumption, a misstep that could paradoxically harm their health instead of enhancing it. Hi, I'm Dr. Berg, a board-certified nutrition specialist with a deep focus on senior health. And today we are meticulously exploring a food that I personally recommend to most of my patients, though with a few essential warnings that far too many people casually ignore for their own well-being. Indeed, walnuts are densely packed with beneficial omega-3 seconds, powerful antioxidants, and valuable plant-based protein, making them a nutritional powerhouse. However, the specific timing of consumption, the precise portion size, and even the crucial method of how you store them can create a dramatic difference between achieving better memory or suffering from inflammation, and between balanced cholesterol or experiencing painful digestive discomfort. According to the authoritative Harvard Health Publishing, eating just one single ounce of walnuts daily can significantly reduce your risk of developing heart disease by up to an impressive 15%. Yet, when these same nuts are eaten incorrectly, they can dangerously interfere with essential medications, trigger unforeseen allergies, or even turn rancid, thereby transforming a healthy habit into a hidden hazard lurking in your pantry. So please stick with me as we carefully uncover the 5 most dangerous walnut mistakes that seniors must consciously avoid and learn exactly how to fix them for good with simple, actionable strategies. If you find this information helpful, don't forget to tap that like button, as it genuinely helps more seniors discover these potentially life-saving nutrition tips for a vibrant life. Picture this serene scenario for a quiet moment. It is a peaceful evening and you are comfortably relaxing in your favorite chair, enjoying some well-deserved downtime. Perhaps you casually grab a handful of walnuts while watching television or thoughtfully toss them over your morning oatmeal for a nutritious start. You are thinking to yourself, hey, this is a good source of fat and my doctor said it's perfectly healthy for me. And you are absolutely right in that fundamental belief. Walnuts are indeed very healthy. But here is precisely where things can get unexpectedly tricky and complicated for seniors. The common way most seniors eat, store, and combine walnuts with their medications or other everyday foods can quietly cancel out their immense benefits, or even worse, cause subtle health problems that insidiously build up over time with compounding effects. As we gracefully age, our natural digestive enzymes slow down considerably, our liver begins to process fats differently, and our necessary medication lists inevitably grow longer. What once worked perfectly well in your energetic 40 seconds does not always work the same way in your 60s or 70s due to these physiological changes. That is precisely why even inherently healthy foods can sometimes backfire for older adults. It is not about the food itself, but rather about how your uniquely aging body handles it. According to the National Institute on Aging, nearly 70% of adults over 60 conscientiously consume omega-3 rich foods or supplements weekly, which is a fantastic health-conscious habit. However, only about 1/3 of them do so safely within the proper dosage or optimal timing, which is a concerning statistic. The rest are unknowingly combining them with medications or storing them incorrectly, thereby reducing crucial nutrient absorption or inadvertently increasing side effects. This situation is not about fostering fear, but fundamentally about promoting awareness and education, because the same handful of walnuts can either wonderfully fuel your brain and heart or dangerously interfere with your body's delicate internal balance. So let's proactively clear up all the confusion once and for all with definitive guidance. Here are the 5 biggest walnut mistakes seniors commonly make, starting with the one that almost everyone gets completely wrong in their daily routine. Mistake number 1 is simply eating too many walnuts at once, a very common error. Let's start with the most prevalent issue, which is portion size and self-control. Many seniors understandably think that since it is a healthy fat, then the more they eat, the better the results will be for their health. Unfortunately, That is not how your body metabolically works after the age of 60 as your system becomes more sensitive. Just 7 walnut halves, which is approximately 1 ounce, contain about 185 calories and 18 grams of fat, according to the official USDA data. That represents nearly a full third of your recommended daily fat intake in just one deceptively small handful, which can add up quickly. And while these are predominantly good, unsaturated fats, your digestive system naturally slows with age, meaning it can only process a limited amount of fat at one time efficiently. When you go overboard and consume too many, you might feel uncomfortably bloated, get mild diarrhea, or notice unwanted weight creeping up over time, even though you are eating healthy foods with good intentions. The fix for this is wonderfully simple and easy to implement. Just stick to 1 ounce per day, which is about 7 halves for reference. Enjoy them slowly and mindfully, ideally as an afternoon snack when your metabolism is more stable and active. For even better digestion, pair them with a few slices of fresh apple or a spoonful of creamy Greek yogurt to create a balanced snack. The key takeaway is this: when it comes to walnuts, moderation is not boring, it is simply smart biology for your changing body. Mistake number 2 involves eating walnuts at the completely wrong time, especially in relation to medications. Timing matters more than you might think for optimal health. Walnuts are naturally rich in healthy fats and dietary fiber, both of which can delay medication absorption by up to 2 full hours, according to important research from the prestigious Mayo Clinic. That critical fact means if you take your essential heart, thyroid, or blood pressure medication, and then eat walnuts immediately before or after, those vital meds may not fully absorb into your system, leading to weaker therapeutic effects or unpredictable blood levels throughout the day. For seniors diligently managing chronic health conditions, that is a very serious and potentially dangerous issue that requires attention. To stay perfectly safe, always space out your walnut consumption and your medications by at least 2 hours to ensure proper absorption. A good, reliable time for walnuts is mid-afternoon when your stomach is not too full, your morning medications have settled, and your energy levels naturally dip, needing a boost. And if you enjoy a bedtime snack, it is wise to deliberately skip the walnuts altogether for better sleep. Your slower nighttime digestion can cause significant discomfort or even trigger acid reflux if you eat nuts too late. The essential takeaway is this: always treat walnuts like a purposeful mini meal, not a casual midnight snack for your health's sake. Mistake number 3 is dangerously ignoring potential food and supplement interactions, a pitfall that catches almost everyone off guard. Walnuts are undoubtedly rich in omega-3 seconds, which is fantastic for brain and heart health, without a doubt. However, this becomes problematic unless you are already taking fish oil supplements, eating fatty fish regularly, or are on prescribed blood-thinning medication, creating a potential overload. Here is the specific reason why. Excess omega-3 intake can increase bleeding risk by about 40%, according to the National Institutes of Health Omega-3 Safety Review, which is a significant consideration. If you combine walnuts, fish oil, and salmon for dinner, you might be unknowingly and substantially raising that inherent risk without realizing it. Another hidden issue involves iron absorption, which is crucial for energy. Certain natural compounds in walnuts can block up to 60% of iron uptake when eaten together with iron supplements, which is particularly bad news for seniors already prone to anemia and low energy levels. The straightforward fix is this: if you take fish oil or anticoagulants like warfarin, you should reduce your daily walnut intake to just 3 or 4 halves for safety. Also, consciously avoid eating walnuts within 2 hours of taking iron supplements or eating iron-rich meals like spinach or red meat. The vital takeaway is this: even the healthiest foods absolutely need healthy boundaries for maximum benefit. Mistake number 4 is buying and storing walnuts the wrong way, a common error that could literally make you sick over time. Improper storage is the core issue here for freshness. Because walnuts contain delicate, unsaturated oils, they are extremely prone to a process called oxidation, which degrades their quality. When those beneficial oils break down, they form aldehydes, which are harmful compounds linked to inflammation, digestive irritation, and even long-term heart issues, according to studies. A revealing 2020 Journal of Food Chemistry study found that over 90% of bulk bin walnuts tested in common grocery stores were partially rancid within just 3 months of shelf life, a startling statistic. The truly scary part is that most people cannot tell when walnuts have gone bad until they taste unpleasantly bitter or smell sharp and off, which is too late. By then, the nutritional damage is already done and they should be discarded. Here is how to keep them perfectly fresh and potent. Always buy walnuts in small batches, no more than a month's supply at a time, to ensure turnover. Store them securely in an airtight glass jar placed in the refrigerator to slow spoilage. For convenient long-term use, you can keep them safely in the freezer where they will stay fresh for up to 1 full year without issue. You must avoid clear containers or direct sunlight exposure, which dramatically speeds up oxidation and spoilage. Remember, fresh walnuts should always smell mild and pleasantly nutty, never sour, bitter, or reminiscent of old paint, which indicates rancidity. The practical takeaway is this: fresh walnuts smell like nature's bounty, while rancid ones smell unmistakably like paint, a clear warning sign. Mistake number 5 is carelessly ignoring allergy and cross-contamination risks, which many seniors overlook. Many people mistakenly believe that food allergies only start in childhood, but emerging research says otherwise quite definitively. The Journal of Allergy and Clinical Immunology 2022 reports that adult-onset nut allergies are rising by an alarming 12% each year, and walnuts are one of the top triggers for these new allergies. Symptoms can be very subtle at first, such as mild stomach upset, a slight tingling in the mouth, or a small rash that you might dismiss as simple dry skin or aging. But these early warning signals can evolve into serious, life-threatening reactions if they are consistently ignored over time, which is a real danger. And even if you are not personally allergic, cross-contamination is a growing problem in food manufacturing today. Nearly 95% of all walnut products are processed in facilities that also handle peanuts, cashews, or almonds, creating a risk. For seniors with any existing tree nut sensitivity, that represents a significant hidden danger in everyday life. Your prudent action plan should be this: always start very small when introducing walnuts, perhaps just 2 to 3 halves daily for the first week as a test. Carefully track your body's subtle reactions, noting any changes in your skin, digestion, or breathing patterns for clues. Always check product labels diligently for warnings like may contain traces of other nuts to be safe. If anything at all feels off or unusual, stop consuming them immediately and consult your doctor for professional advice. The crucial takeaway is this: you should never ignore your body's gentle whispers, because they often speak the loudest later during a serious reaction. Now that you comprehensively know the biggest mistakes and exactly how to fix them proactively, let's put all this valuable information together into a practical plan. Up next, I will show you how to build a simple, senior-friendly walnut routine that fits perfectly into your unique daily life for lasting wellness. All right, now that we have thoroughly covered what not to do with walnuts, let's talk about how to make them truly work for you safely, simply, and deliciously every single day. The secret to success with walnuts is not in eating more of them. It is found in unwavering consistency and smart habits for sustainability. When you build a small, manageable daily walnut routine and stick with it faithfully, your body adapts positively, your digestion improves markedly, your cholesterol stabilizes, and your brain gets that steady, clean fuel it desperately needs every day for peak performance, creating a powerful cycle of health. You can start with this wonderfully simple and effective routine. For a mid-afternoon snack around 2 to 3 p.m., have your 7 walnut halves with a few slices of crisp apple or half a cup of creamy Greek yogurt for balance. This strategic timing wisely avoids medication interference and helps maintain steady energy between lunch and dinner, preventing slumps. For breakfast, if you take morning medications, it is best to skip walnuts here entirely to be safe. Instead, add them later in your day when your stomach is clear and absorption is optimal. At dinner time, you should go light on nuts if you are also eating fatty fish or taking omega-3 supplements to avoid overloading on fats. Instead, balance your plate generously with vegetables, lean protein, and maybe a drizzle of heart-healthy olive oil for variety. And here is a valuable pro tip for you. How you store and prepare walnuts genuinely matters for both taste and health. Always keep them in an airtight glass jar in the fridge and consider roasting them gently for just 5 minutes before eating to wonderfully enhance their flavor and your overall digestibility for better nutrient uptake. According to the Harvard School of Public Health, older adults who include nuts like walnuts in their diet at least 5 times a week consistently show a remarkable 20% lower risk of heart disease and demonstrate better cognitive performance over time, a fantastic benefit. So, please remember this empowering principle. You do not need perfection in your diet, you simply need a positive and consistent pattern for long-term results. One small handful of walnuts a day, stored correctly and eaten at the right time, can powerfully support your heart, mind, and longevity for many vibrant years to come, which is the ultimate goal. So, there you have it clearly, my friends. The 5 critical walnut mistakes to consciously avoid after 60, which are eating too many at once, snacking at the wrong time, mixing them with the wrong foods or supplements, storing them improperly, and ignoring early allergy signs from your body. Remember, healthy aging is not about chasing an unattainable perfection in every choice. It is about cultivating consistency and mindful awareness in your daily habits. A small handful of fresh walnuts, enjoyed at the right time each day, can truly do wonders for your heart, brain, and sustained energy levels throughout your life. The fundamental goal is not to fear your food, but to deeply understand it so that it can work powerfully for you, not against you, in your health journey. If today's guidance helped you spot even one mistake you were making, please do me a quick favor. Hit that thumbs up button to show your support. Share this vital information with a friend who also loves their walnuts, and subscribe for more science-based senior nutrition tips delivered regularly. And here is a little teaser for next week's important topic. We are diving into the 5 dangerous avocado mistakes that most seniors make unknowingly. You think walnuts can be tricky to master? Just wait until you see what most people get completely wrong with their beloved avocados and their health. Until then, stay healthy, stay curiously informed, and keep nourishing your best years ahead with confidence and joy.